Derrick Lewis has always been a wild card. Knockout power for days, a sense of humor as dry as the Nevada desert, and post-fight interviews that have become legendary. But at UFC Nashville, he didn't just deliver another highlight reel finish. He lit the MMA world on fire with just a few words. After knocking out Talison Teixeira in just 35 seconds, yes, 35, Lewis stepped to the mic and casually said, "Told ya, first round knockout, scripted." Now pause for a second. We're all used to fighters hyping themselves up, making bold predictions, even trolling from time to time. But this was something else. Because this wasn't the first time he said it. Days before the fight, during an interview with Ariel Helwani, Lewis dropped what sounded like a joke at the time. "It's scripted. On July 12th, they want me to win by first round knockout. So whoever wants to make that bet, go ahead and make that bet." He delivered the line with that signature straight face, the same one he uses when telling us about his balls being hot or driving home from the hospital after a back injury to knock someone out. We laughed. Of course we did. But then the fight played out exactly like he said it would. And just like that, Derrick Lewis had everyone questioning reality. The finish itself was dominant. A flurry of heavy punches early, Teixeira drops, and Jason Herzog steps in fast, maybe a little too fast. You can see it on the replay. Teixeira is trying to scramble back to his feet. He's dazed, but he's not out. The stoppage draws immediate boos from the crowd in Nashville. And that's when the theories start flying. Some fans yell, "Early stoppage." Others? They point to the interview. He called the knockout, said it was scripted. Is this the WWE now? Let's be real. No serious person thinks UFC fights are scripted, not in the literal sense. Fighters bleed, break bones, get knocked out cold. There's no way to fake that. But Lewis's joke hit a nerve because, well, it wasn't totally unbelievable. Let's talk business for a second. UFC is a show. It's a sport, yes, but it's also entertainment. Dana White has always said the fight business is closer to Hollywood than it is to the NFL. We know matchups are hand-picked. We know marketing matters. And we know fighters like Lewis, guys who bring chaos and charisma, are gold for the promotion. So when Derrick Lewis steps into the cage, delivers a viral knockout, and follows it up with a perfectly timed soundbite like, "It's scripted," it feels too good, too perfect. And people start to wonder, is the UFC creating moments? Are we watching sport or a show? That's the genius of Derrick Lewis. He didn't make an accusation, he made a statement, half joke, half prophecy. And in doing so, he controlled the narrative after the fight. Not Dana White, not the media, not even Herzog, whose early stoppage would have been the main story if Lewis hadn't hijacked it. Instead, we're all talking about this. Is the UFC scripted? Of course it isn't. Not really. But that question, the doubt, that's powerful. That's what makes people click, comment, and come back for more. And Lewis knows it. He's been in the game long enough to know that being memorable pays more than being just a winner. This is the same guy who told Joe Rogan his balls was hot in a post-fight interview. The same guy who took his shorts off in the octagon. The same guy who wins brutally and jokes brutally. And somehow, we love him for it. So let's break this down for what it is. Derrick Lewis made a bold, funny, perfectly timed statement before the fight. Then, he went out and made it come true. Was it scripted? No. Was it brilliant? Absolutely. In a sport where fighters beg for attention, Lewis didn't need to scream or insult anyone. He just planted a seed, said one line, let the rest unfold naturally. And now, we're all here, talking about it. That's Derrick Lewis, the knockout king, the quote machine, the chaos master, and maybe, just maybe, the smartest man in MMA.